At least 3 minutes. Goodness.
We are the Mohammeds, the residential
Mm-mm-mm.
tourists. We are 85 to Africa. We are living in the after, and we are here yet again doing our live as a follow up, I guess, from yesterday, and even some other videos that we posted, some questions that have been presented, then that maybe we can address, or just some commentary that had been presented that maybe we can address uh, for these brief moments. As you can possibly see behind us, those are not stars in the sky. It is nightfall here in Rwanda. We thought that we would hold off and wait until, since we are 6 hours ahead, that we would hold off and we would wait until possibly some of you all may be uh, home from work. Peace and blessings, my 2 cents. Summer Zone 1, thank you for joining. Greetings to you, appreciate you, and the others I see that have joined on. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So, yesterday, we said, okay, let's go ahead, we'll do a live since it's been quite some time since you have heard from us and that we presented anything of our experience here in Rwanda and abroad. And good evening, Chris. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining. Truly appreciate you all. And so yesterday, there was Afro Saxon. Oh, brother, we are located in Ramera, specifically in the Gisminti area, and that would be KG 18 Avenue, House 27, and that is near the Zagama CSS Bank. It's
And he said, "What is the name?"
the name
Ikawa Cafe.
Ikawa Cafe. Ikawa, Ikawa Kafe. It's
Yeah.
cafe spelled with a K.
There's two Ikawa cafes
Yeah.
here.
Actually, there's quite a few cafes with the name Kawa in it.
Mm.
Like Kawa Pub, Kawa House. So we're at Ikawa Cafe, cafe with a K. So we'll look to see you, man. We'll look to have you. We'd like to receive your vibe and share the vibe with you as well.
Yeah. My 2 cents says, "I hope you all enjoyed your trip. I can't wait to get back to Ikawa Cafe for Taco Tuesday."
Come on, man. That's tomorrow.
It is. Yeah.
Yes. Very welcome. Very welcome. Okay.
He's
Right,
flying in from
UK
the
on
UK.
okay, perfect, man. Safe travels to you. Safe travels to you. And we're gonna get to the UK, God willing. We've never
Yeah.
been, but we want to go.
Yeah.
So we want to check it out. We want to
Yep.
check it out for sure.
Yep. Yep. So
Yeah.
we had people asking questions yesterday. Please feel free to answer any questions that you may have um, regarding Rwanda, visiting Rwanda, coming to Rwanda, how we got here, any whatever questions you might have that we haven't answered. Someone asked a while ago, what made you come to Rwanda? What made you come to Kigali? We never shared
We did?
our whole story, not on YouTube, on our channel. We shared it on other channels.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
someone asked, what made you come to, or what made you choose Rwanda, and why did you leave the U.S.?
Well, okay, that's different. Why did we choose Rwanda?
Mm-hmm.
Why did we choose Rwanda?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well,
Or why did you leave the U.S.? We talked about why we chose Rwanda many times,
okay.
but why did you leave the U.S.?
Well, it's interesting because we share both the same reason, but we also have, kind of our own individual, personal, I guess, reasoning as to why, we left. Left the U.S. and we chose Rwanda. So you want to share your reason?
You share yours first. Mine makes people sad and cry and stuff. So
She
you
always
share
make
yours first.
I mean, well, collectively, I would say start there. hey, I don't know if these individuals from the U.S. or not, but that's kind of speaks for itself in a sense. It just became a bit crowded, if you will.
That is not
No,
your
no, no, no,
reason.
no, no, no. Listen. When I'm saying crowded, I'm talking about as far as not people, not population. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, emotions, of all that had been going on, and it was just a lot to take in and take on, you know. And so, we would just like, it's got to be something a little different or a little better, for us. And we've always said because we love Atlanta, we really do.
Mm,
I mean, we like
I
we love
miss Atlanta.
miss Atlanta, man. We really do. We said jokingly, not before even knowing we were going to come to Rwanda or leave. We said we would ask each other. I know we've said this before, but no problem. I'll share it again. That hey, you know what? If we were to move somewhere, where would you want to move? I'll ask her, and she'll ask me. It was a struggle. So we both kind of like agreed, like it would have to be somewhere out of the country uh, for us to settle somewhere differently than Atlanta, Georgia, because we really like Atlanta. So lo and behold, as it would, as
I'll share mine, but you don't feel like sharing your
I'm
story.
sharing, I'm sharing, I'm
Mm-mm.
talking, I'm talking. I look, I listen, y'all bear witness. I gave her the opportunity to go to take the floor. And she wanted to pass the buck. Now she's complaining. So go ahead. You can take it
So,
from here.
uh, my 2 cents said, do you obtain a residence permit or using visas? Both. We got a work visa.
Right.
So once
Business
you,
season.
a business visa. So once you establish a business here, you can apply for, oh, welcome, first time catching
Cyber
live.
Queen, welcome.
There's
Good to
not
have
many
you.
lives. This is like our third
Yeah,
one.
we don't have too many lives, so you don't.
So yeah, we once you get a work visa here, a work permit here, they'll come out, check out your business, and you can get a
Business.
business visa. And that's what we have right now, which is a pretty good visa. They start off with just a year, see how that works out, and then you can reapply and hopefully get a longer duration. But with that visa, you can in and out of the country rate instead of a tourist rate. So that is one thing in our favor. We do have a residential permit. So
We even do I have my? Let me see if I can show
are you
you my
going to
cup.
show
Let
them?
me show you my.
Welcome, coming, Chaya. Yeah, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, greetings. Thank you. Let me see if I can show you my.
Yeah, you have to have a actual business location for your work visa. And that's something a lot of expats have been running into. They're thinking, most people that come from the States, they're gonna come over here and work from home. Rhonda doesn't recognize work from home yet.
Yeah.
So you can't try to get a permit or a visa thinking I work from home, I can just use my own home office. Doesn't fly. Because when they come and see it's residential, they deny it. A whole room and a separate entrance set up at their home, they got denied. So you definitely want to have a location if you want to get a work visa, or if you have a company that is sponsoring you, you can get the work visa as well. Um,
There you go.
we were so proud to
We
get our
were
little
proud. We were
visas.
proud. Like.
When we go on our trips, we pulling it out. I have a visa.
This
Okay, and
is Natasha.
Miss
Greetings.
Natasha, soon to be a Rondakin. That's
Yes.
what we like to call ourselves. We are Rondakins. And so, yeah, my story is America traumatizes me. They still doing it, but they did. I had a situation where it's been in my spirit that I wanted to leave out of the country anyway. But I was thinking more of a Spanish speaking country, Latin America, something like that, um, Dominican Republic, just somewhere in my mind, it was something Spanish I knew.
That wasn't
That,
her.
that was
Thank
in
you.
my
I
mind.
didn't know nothing
I
about
never thought about
that.
Africa. I never thought about Africa because, for one, I've never been here, and two, I always thought that it wasn't. It was what they told us it was. It hit. They were killing us left and right. The police was gunning us down every month. We were marching somewhere, marching in Atlanta, marching in Michigan, marching in southern part of Georgia, marching. We were marching every other month, and I was like, nothing's going to change with this marching, with us protesting. Nothing's ever going to change. And for us, we were taught separation. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? And I will keep asking him, Mr. Muhammad here, what does that mean? Separation, just separating from the mindset doesn't separate you from the reality of what's going on around you. And it was just never fit right. What does separation mean? So eventually, I'm driving down the street one day, excited about a new venture I was doing, and the police pulled me over. And it was a cop, a white cop in Smyrna. He pulled me over. He was real cool. We were out there hanging out, laughing because I don't drive dirty in my mind. I'm straight. So I'm getting out the car. He's like, "Yeah, come on, we're talking." And he pulls up something that was 11 years old that I had an expired tag driving to the mosque one day, actually. And the cop pulled me over. It was in January. I know that because it was a week past my birthday. And I was like, oh, I thought you had the whole month of January to renew your tag. And he's like, no, you have to do it on your birthday or before. So I went the next day, got it taken care of. We went to court. The judge dismissed 12 of us and was like, y'all can go home. We'll send you a letter in the mail. Well, 2 years go by. I don't receive anything. We moved from that house. And that was 2012, I think. No, 2010. When did we get married?
2011.
2011 is the year we got married. 2021,
I missed that comment. Go ahead.
I'm driving, that's right here. They pull me over and they say, you have an expired tag from 2011. And no, so you missed court and we have to take you in. I'm like, okay. So we go to Smyrna in Atlanta, and I'm sitting in Smyrna jail for 3 days waiting for the Atlanta police to come pick me up. The city of Atlanta, because the county of Fulton County, which is all of Atlanta, I'm not in that system, but the city of Atlanta has a separate system. Meanwhile, I'm in and out of the country. I got passports. I've got brand new cars since then, and it never ever shows up. So I'm sitting there. Finally, the police officer comes. It's right before the 4th of July. He comes on that Friday, that Thursday. As they're telling me, they don't come on Friday, you're going to be in jail even longer. You're going to be here all weekend, because they don't come on the weekends. You'll be here till Monday. I'm totally disgusted. Like, this is 11 years old. I paid the ticket. I paid the fine. Never had a court date. Never went to court. They lost everything in the system. Now you're taking me to jail. So now they're taking me down to Atlanta prison, 4th Street something. Is that a prison? 4th Street jail or prison?
Nope.
It felt like prison. 4th Street jail.
No 4th Street jail.
What's it called?
Rice.
Forsyth. Oh, Rice. I'm telling you, I'm blocked the whole thing out. But because someone asked, I'm trying to read. And not only am I there, now it's something. This is the jail you see on TV when they're showing all this crazy stuff that happens in the jails. This is the place. And I'm in there for a 11-year-old tag that I took care of.
It went from Mayberry to
Through the window where everybody's in one big space. And I got searched 3 times in this one place. 1, 2, 3 times in this one day, because you had to get searched before you left Smyrna, searched before you walked into this thing, and then change out into the actual jumper, even though I'm getting bailed out.
She dressed out.
I had to dress out.
Listen, when you dress out, it's it's curtains.
And it's humiliating for a female, because as I'm getting dressed out, the male prisoners are the ones handing me the clothes. All they doing is leaning like this, and they can see every female in there in the showers. And my husband had already bailed me out. And I'm going there, I'm like, why am I in here? And they're telling me about an old 11-year-old tag that got lost in the system. And you got me in jail. That for me was a wake up call. I spent 4 days in jail for nothing. Nothing. Too cute to be standing there. I'm just sitting there like, are y'all serious? So now when I come home, sure, I ain't seen him in years. He gonna come on the live now.
Hey, what's up? Salam alaikum, brother.
So now I'm traumatized. I don't want to leave the house. I really don't want to do nothing. I'm depressed. I can't even understand what's going on. COVID hits. The business is completely dropped. Doesn't matter because I don't want to drive nowhere. And I'm like, we need to go. It's time to go. And y'all want to send us stimulus? Thank you. Let's get our tickets. We are out of here. And that's why we left. For me, that's why we left. For my sanity, for I could truly feel free and not be traumatized every time a cop car come by. Mind you, I've had experience as a child with the police and I got audited for it. Completely cured, like, oh, I'm not upset when I see a cop car anymore. No, even here I'm looking suspect at the cop, like, because of this incident. And then even recently, I get an email my daughter calls and says the cop came to the house 2 weeks ago.
She's a gangster, y'all.
Man,
She's a,
looking for what? And when I found out what it was, which was a bill, and I'm talking to the people, the collector, they pulled the thing out of the system. Well, did y'all take it out of the courts, or am I now I'm a fugitive? This is driving me crazy. No, I'm traumatized.
she's traumatized.
I don't even watch prison. I used to watch prison movies, Orange is the New Black,
That's
all
right,
of that.
Natasha.
I used to watch
straight
all of that
Camden.
stuff. Ain't nobody who can. Sorry, y'all. Now I gotta be the abuser. I used to watch all those shows. I don't even watch a prison show anymore. But I watch Law and Order. That's as gangster as I get. I can't handle it. So that's why I'm here.
Well, yeah, it was that was a terrible thing. First, let me, you know, it was as I said, it was getting crowded. These things were occurring. And it was getting real crowded for us. And so we were like, you know what, we got to make room in the assembly. And so for me, I had to, you know, I'm in the fight. I'm in the struggle. I'm one of those, man. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. We got to do it. Let's do it. But I have a family. They think about the well-being of the family and what's gonna work best for each and every one of us. And things were looking real, real dark. So for me, though, it was experiment, and all that we have read and seen that we have. For me, as growing up and learning of Africa, I know that they were putting out this propaganda. I was never that one to really just settle for that. So I had always been pretty studious, and I would just learn about different things. And one of the things is that I knew that Africa at one time was a great place, man. The great empires, not Mali Empire, Songhai Empire, and to the greatest universities, of course, the pyramids, and all of, those are the things that I gravitated towards. So I knew there was a greatness in Africa. And so for me, coming here is for me to be able to expand. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us the circumference, of the entire earth, and that we are the original people, and that there's no place that we cannot feel comfortable at home. So I said, okay, good. This is going to be good. This is going to be good for us. So I guess most of mine was more spiritual than anything. So at any rate, Rashawn, yeah, it's good to see you too. Good. Well, I can't see this live, man. Really appreciate that very
Yeah, I think
much.
it's his first time probably ever watching one of our
That's all good,
videos.
man. It's my brother. It's all good.
Mhm.
We had a sister who was talking about an incident in South Carolina, um, and it's unfortunate, but I'm glad that you didn't get caught up in any physical altercations, because I can see, if I'm reading it right, if I read it right, that it could have leaned toward that in that way. So you know, stuff is still going on, man, in America like that, man. And it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's crazy. I mean, we miss Atlanta. Man, I miss Atlanta. I miss the air and the scenery and the smell of it, actually.
I don't know
I
about the
totally
smell.
miss Atlanta. The smell of downtown, the energy, the excitement, the stores.
Points for no way.
I do not want to go back. No, ma'am. Um, just really, y'all don't have no questions. They just making those statements. When they left, he yelled back, "Bye, buddy," and I said, "Bye, Satan."
Okay, you know what they say, resist.
Oh my God. Sean about some Atlanta suck.
I know. So-
But his first 3 years in Chicago, he was crying like a
Hey, I
baby.
like Chicago though.
I don't like Chicago.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Our home is Africa, brother. So somebody,
Wave goodbye to Krispy Kreme today. Nah, you come to Color Cafe. I copied the recipe. You all right.
so my 2 cents. He had a question. My 2 cents.
Sorry, it's hard. How's the internet out there?
No.
My 2 cents.
No, he asked about the
With your business, have you had any challenges from language barriers? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some challenges.
Yeah, especially with the servers. A lot of our guests are expats from UK and the US and Canada, so they all speak English.
Oh, this is Will. Oh, okay, it's Will. Okay, Will. I didn't know this was you, brother. My 2 cents. That's Will. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so sometimes the servers have challenges with getting an order correctly. So we now have a new billing system, a new ordering system where everything is punched into a system. And I think we've corrected that issue. But that's been our only, no, that ain't true. Even trying to get an instruction through to one of the team members can be a challenge sometimes. They hear you, but they understand you differently than what you're saying.
So, because you have the translation of the languages, but you also have the difference in expression.
Mm-hmm.
Context might be different, the way it's delivered, the way it's received, and so there could be some confusion there. So yeah, there's some challenge. I would say
All the
barriers,
time.
but there's some challenges.
Last week I asked our the cashier for some milk, and she gave me a
Cool.
pen. And I'm like, "What are you doing, girl?" I said milk, and she just starts laughing. But she gave me a pen to write with. Z.
That's cool, Will. Definitely.
JJ is asking, how's the internet out here? The internet is good when it's on. When it's working, it's good. It's good.
It really is good.
I mean, we're on live right now. We're still here.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's good.
yeah.
We had a power outage earlier today. I don't know why. It was about a half hour. It's not normal for power outages in our areas. But the internet stuff goes out just like it does in the States. You working and then all of a sudden it kind of go. If it goes out, it's like out for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not major.
Yeah.
It's not really like major. It's like,
Yeah.
but still, considering the continent, with the technology. So, internet is good. They have, I think, 3 major: Canal, Liquid, and Mango. Four, Airtel, I believe, as well. I think Airtel. So,
Now, are those internet or just Wi-Fi?
both.
Oh.
Both.
Yeah,
So-
they're good. And a lot of it depends on what area, because Rwanda is pretty much a new development. Certain areas that you might move into might not have roads that are paved yet. So the internet hasn't even been installed, the wiring hasn't been installed. So we're discovering that they have to, once you require it or ask for it, they'll come out and do it. But if no one ever inquires or asks for it, that area just won't have internet. And we're learning that internet's not everywhere until you look for it.
So you gotta go because I've seen a few. So I know Will and another individual was giving a compliment to my staff, Ronnie and Julian, and then someone mentioned the service being really good. So we are grateful. We thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Our
We've
Ronnie is
had,
gone.
yeah,
He
Ronnie,
moved back to Uganda.
he's in Uganda now, so
Yeah. And
it's kind of
everyone
sad.
loved Ronnie. He's the life of the party. Big now. I'm confident he's going to be coming back. I'm confident.
So she thinks.
Um, my 2 cents said, thank you. I'm planning my business. Your input is much appreciated.
Definitely, Brother Will.
Yeah. JJ, I trade the market and I need high speed internet.
Right.
They have high speed internet. You want to check around first because I'm hearing that some of the traders, forex, all those is kind of banned in the country. I don't know. I haven't done much research, so just check on that one.
And you have individuals who are here, expats who are here, who are they're still maintaining their their job, their employment from the states who actually work in IT.
Yeah, but he's a trader.
I know, but as far but they still need the internet,
Oh yeah,
fast
there's a lot of
internet,
IT people here.
to work because they work remotely and things of that nature. So um come back on that because I can actually inquire more in depth and more detail with individuals that we know specifically working that need that type of internet speed and reliability. And then hopefully I can get something more definitive and say, hey, you know what, it's A plus or C minus.
MKC, are you still offering services for seniors? The seniors run Rwanda. These seniors here, oh my God, there's about I don't know, maybe 20, 15.
I don't know, man. It
We
seems
just call them the mamas. And every week a new mama comes to Ikawa and I'm like, oh, here's a mama.
it seems like most of the expats coming are seniors.
They
I promise
seniors,
you.
the men and the women.
Boy, I tell you, they come.
And
They're
they be
here.
doing things, man. I don't offer nothing, no. They got their own system now. But we do still have our nurse, if you're asking about him,
Yeah, I think
that work with the seniors. We still do our season day once a month at Ikawa Cafe. I don't think we've done it in about 2 months.
we hadn't done it in
Because they be doing their own thing. We forgot. We forgot they be planning their own trips now. So
yeah.
but the seniors run Rhonda.
We do have, which is important not to skip over. We do have the connection with the home nursing care service, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Wilson is his name, and he's doing this Kigali nursing home care, and he has a good rapport relationship with the medical system here, specifically one specific hospital, but throughout
No,
actually
he's with 3 hospitals.
Yeah.
We just like that one.
that particular one. So
But
yeah.
we have drivers for them. We have the Wilson. My mom done threw away her cane. His mama don't talk about her hip no more. They just out. They just do their thing. Just forget about it. The seniors, they not seniors no more.
No, and I'm gonna tell you, we have the number one senior, the
Yeah.
elder of all of us,
She's younger than all of them.
Mama Africa, and she will look. She be hitting these hills that I'm not even messing with.
And she do them backwards.
She does it, man. She
backwards.
don't miss a beat. So
And put the music on
oh, she
and move out her way.
oh she gonna give it to you.
I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Anyway,
So okay, Sean, why you such a hater? Your power outages are rare except in California. You a hater. It was out in Atlanta. It goes out all the time, and we're calling and fussing. Why is my? Because in the West, you have cable outages. Everything is gone. How are the hospitals and healthcare there? So that's why we need y'all.
I mean,
The hospitals, and I can speak for myself because I'm I require medical attention right now. So the doctors, let me say that the doctors are great. They are thorough. They know they're looking for everything. They don't just pinpoint one thing. They're looking through everything. And so the doctors are great. The price for healthcare is wonderful.
man, it's you will be Oh my gosh.
Wonderful. I don't think we spent $1,000 on medical care since we've been here
Right,
between me and my mom together.
right.
I don't think so. Um, or my husband, or that's wonderful. How the system of the hospitals, that's something we want to work on.
Little antiquated.
Yeah, and
Little
that's why we
antiquated.
got the Wilson,
Right.
because the hospitals just going through the whole process was stressing me out. So now we got the Wilson. The Wilson is like, we cut in line.
Feeling
I
bad.
ain't waiting for nobody. I ain't
He,
that kid. I'm
he's
with
the
the
man. He
Wilson.
just places right to the front
Come
of the
on.
line.
Hi.
Yes, that's it.
I'm like, come on, I am with the Wilson. That's it. And then even times when you don't want to go to the hospital, he can bring out the COVID test. He can bring out he can do blood work for you, your analysis. He can do all that stuff. He can come take your vitals, make your doctor's appointments, all those type of things as well.
Pick up your prescription.
Yeah,
All of that
because
stuff.
that can be a challenge too.
Right.
Even with the prescription, depending on what it is that you need, they can get it. They just might not have it at that moment, but they can order it in. But we have expats here now that has a pharmacy. And she told me just send her what the medications are that we need. And that's, I don't know where her pharmacy is, Vida, and
It's not too far from the cafe.
what the name of it. I don't know the
Oh,
name
I
of it.
forget the name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her for the name of the pharmacy, but
Right.
you can pretty much give her the list of your prescriptions and she can order it. I think they order it from Canada and it gets here in a matter of days. So, so yeah, that part is covered. Oh no, he was the best one. Oh yeah, Ronnie was the best server. He was so personable. And he just gave it all to everybody that comes in there. He gave it all. So he gonna come back. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, we want you. Where are you? There are parts of the US. Okay. How are the girls adapting? Are they still enjoying tennis? These American girls.
Listen, let me tell you about these. I'm gonna tell you that tennis long gone. They
Long
stopped
gone.
that. I said, "Oh my gosh, they were."
Got tired of spending that $5 for them to be annoyed when they have tennis practice. Because that's how much it costs, $5.
She punked out on them. I said, "Make them,
No. Keep
make
spending
them,
this $5
make
and
them
they
do
don't
it,
wanna do
make them do it, make them continue to just do it." You know, but
We've been waiting for it to get warm. I think it's about to be, so they can go on and start their swimming lessons. And then they also want to do dance class. So we do have those options here. I'm trying to get them into summer camp. They're finished with their schooling for this semester. Uh, we've done online school. We're still doing online school. Um, but even the one that didn't like it, she likes it now. She's happy to be here. She told me a couple of weeks ago, thank you so much for moving us here. That almost stopped my heart. I was like, what?
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, she
Okay.
said, thank you so much for moving us here, John.
But then I am seeing how they, especially her, she's, actually growing, and becoming more comfortable.
Yeah. She's adapting.
She's adapting.
More so because of the lack of crime here, and they have more, we feel safer and there's more security here. So they get a little bit more privilege. Like they can walk to the store by themselves, even though I'm still looking out the window. They walk to, we try to make them go take a walk. They can go walking. In the area that we live in now, we don't have any parks yet, but so they're just happy because it's not as restrictive being stuck in the house. In Atlanta, we were, you go outside, we're outside with you. Here they can go outside and do their own thing, and I don't like, ask where you at. I don't even get out the bed. I just know you're safe. So, as I work at IT, be working with, okay, how are the girls? I'll be coming with my daughters. What you say is things for small kids to do. How old are your daughters? But not that matters, but
well, it's honestly, there's really not a whole heap of things to do.
Yeah.
That's like, for example, this past Saturday, and we do once a month, we do a children's village. And the children's village, of course, is, pretty much self-explanatory. We have activity that are geared toward children. we get the bouncy house. We do, once we did the trampoline, we'll do
Yeah,
fun
Mama
game.
One doing being she does a clown routine.
Right. But she
And
gives
she
a
comes
history.
and rocks it.
Yeah, she gives a history behind,
It's an
so
African clown.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and a lot of the parents, my point is a lot of the parents, Rwandan and expats, that's one of their things. It's like, man, we're so grateful because it's really not a lot for the children to
It's
really
not.
do.
And the country's just opening up because COVID
Right.
restrictions are released. So now we're learning about things to do. Like I'm learning there's camps all around.
Mhm.
There's dance camps. There's acting schools. There's swimming lessons. Um, we have a movie theater right up the street from us. They have a little bowling alley down here. Things we didn't know about
Right.
because of the COVID. Now we're hearing stuff. They got a escape room and
Yeah, I didn't know.
uh,
Yes, right.
right around the corner.
Right, right.
And then the Zenda's there. We got the zip lining, the ATVing. We got paintballing. So it's stuff to do. And a lot of times we just gotta be creative.
It's true. We definitely have to do that. Brother Wendell, my brother, thank you for dropping in. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. And do we plan to go back to the US? Maybe to visit.
He'll visit.
She's not
I'm not going. My child already said so. If I get married here, Mom, I said, baby, do a destination wedding. Go somewhere. I'll meet you. I'm not going back there.
I'll go to visit. I'm going to visit. I have to go to visit.
Who you
At
gonna
least.
visit? Everybody's here.
I don't have to visit any particular person. I just go to visit. We can do the reverse. It's like, we lived in the US and we said, oh, where we gonna go and not vacation, but I guess, oh, we go to the US. I'm not going to Florida. I just heard about this outbreak of some disease that's going on in Florida. So we're not going to
Food shortage, gas,
gas is
hikes,
for $5 a
crime
gallon
has risen.
somewhere.
Everyone's dying. Everybody
I'm
hungry.
just go to Atlanta. I'm gonna go to the Atlanta, and I'm gonna go to the Beltline. I'm gonna go to
Take some pictures.
Piedmont Park, chill there for a minute.
We're gonna create a belt line right over in Africa. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go there. I miss it. I miss it so much. Yeah, and I don't miss it. I miss things. I still miss Chick-fil-A.
I'm going to Ponce City Market. I go to
I
Ponce
miss
City
Ponce
Market.
City Market.
I go
I
to
miss the belt
I'm
line.
go to Urban Grind, get my chai latte.
I didn't even do
I'm gonna go
too much.
to
Amelie's maybe.
Amelie's, get some nice bake.
They probably closed. COVID probably wiped them out.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on crowd farming?
Yeah, you asked that yesterday. We didn't get a chance to go to do that. I was
I
trying.
don't know what that means. What is crowd
Honestly,
farming?
we're not really too
I don't know.
hip on the crowd farming. I can only imagine it's similar to crowdfunding, but I could be wrong. So we didn't have the opportunity.
Is that a collective of
That's what I'm
farmers?
saying.
Because I do know they do have that. But and they also have a thing where you rent the land farming is. And I didn't get a chance to Google it.
Yeah. And I got a general idea, but I want to be certain.
You tell us
Yeah,
what is
give
crowd
it, but
farming
just
and
kind
I'll
of
tell you what I
generalize
want.
it, and we might be able to. But I guess we're answering your question since we don't know too much about it. We can't really fully answer your question, but that's some homework for us. That's some homework for us. And then and if you find out anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
Bring us into the knowledge so that we can be aware of it and maybe something we might be interested in as well.
But our thoughts, it's good. It's really good.
Well,
I'm sure it's good. I don't know.
You never know. You never know.
Hello, are there any well-equipped gyms in Kigali? There's a bunch of gyms.
Yes, a lot of gyms.
Gyms though. So a lot of gyms were suffering. I know a lot of gyms got shut down. But in the same process, I see a lot of gyms opening brand new gyms. We have one down the street that I plan on getting into myself. But there's just gyms all over the place.
And then you have individuals who, they do training.
Yeah, there's trainers
You
here.
got my man Jubins, he's Rwandan. This brother's training is intense. I mean,
And Tio is
Tio,
back. He still has
that's
his
right.
gym.
And Ronnie was training too. Unfortunately, Ronnie's he was a trainer, but he's in Uganda
He
now.
was a trainer.
Yeah, he's a trainer, physical,
Yeah, Ronnie was my little Hercules.
Yeah, so the gyms are there's gyms, there's good gyms that are good here in Kigali. So you'll be okay with that.
So, what do you think about Reg from the other day?
REG, oh my gosh,
Who's it?
I know what REG is.
What is it?
I knew he was going to ask some questions that we're not going to be able to answer.
Reg from the, what was Reg from the other day? Did something happen?
No, I'm sorry, man. We can't answer the question.
What is Reg from the other day? Cedric Canessa. What do you think about Reg from the other day?
It's not a
R E
person.
G.
Reg is not a person. Oh, it's the
Economic.
energy, Rhonda Energy, Rhonda, that's right, Rhonda Energy Group, if I'm not mistaken.
Did we meet them?
Something must have occurred we're not
No,
aware
he said
of.
it's the basketball team.
Dang,
Talk
man.
about some Rhonda energy trying to make me feel empty.
Rhonda Energy Group.
Oh, why do you say the basketball
I
team?
said Rhonda.
Whoa.
Mercedes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Blessings to you and your family. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you,
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
thank you.
I forgot these things happen.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
Everybody follow Mercedes Light's example.
Yeah, Rhonda Energy Group. That's what I thought it was. All right, but
What happened with it?
Cedric, help us out, bro. Help us out.
What we think about it? We think it's a good thing.
I mean, as far as we know,
It's energy
I
in a
mean,
group.
as far as we know, I don't know. I don't know anything differently than
It's good.
yeah. That's all that I guess we can say. We're not really knowledgeable about too much about anything, but enlighten us, please, please, please. If there's something that we should know, please.
Mercedes Light is planning to retire next year. This is where you want to go. Listen, I'm thinking like, is this where we want to stay? Should we go see some other African countries? And then I turn my head and look at the mamas. If we leave, they ain't coming. They are happy here. This is the place for the retirees.
It's a
Trust
good
me.
place. It is.
It is. And it's just something about downfall, like for my mom and some of the ones from California said there's no water, there's no beach. We have water, but Rhonda's too cold to enjoy the lakes.
There's a beautiful lake in
There's a
Gisenyi
bunch
in
of
the Bravo
lakes. I think
district.
we have about 20 something lakes, they
Yeah,
said.
but Lake Kivu is definitely a beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful lake.
But you'll freeze in that piece.
Well, unless you go to the hot springs. It's hot. Those springs are hot too.
Sure Wizard is the name of one of the crowd farming companies in Rwanda. Well, we're gonna look it up.
We are. We
Yes.
really
I
are.
don't like not knowing stuff.
Me either. Me either. I don't like being stuck like this. I do apologize.
Yeah, we'll look it up. Yeah, your mom is gonna fall in love. We get her around the right mamas. She gonna be like, I'm not going home.
Mhm.
I'm not going home. I think Jay's mom, same thing. She came out to visit. She ain't never leave.
Right. She's
The
still
mamas
here.
love it. And if they don't stay, they're coming back to stay. They just got to close up some stuff.
Right.
So that's a setup. Bring your mama. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
We'll make sure we got the grandmom's weekend that weekend. Grace and peace from
Man.
Reagan Music.
Midnight music. Peace, brother. Always good to see you, man. Indeed.
Yep. So we
So we, I mean, it's interesting because we've only been here.
2 months just about.
Yeah. So we're still learning.
We're still babies.
Yeah, we're still learning. Yes, Natasha, that'd be great. We need to talk about that, please, on your arrival, inshallah. Yeah, we would love to talk about
yeah,
that
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, she's still learning. We're
We're
still
still
learning.
We're still learning. We kind of dove right on in, man. We really,
Yeah, we didn't come here. We didn't come to retire, unfortunately.
well, we're hoping.
We thought we left behind one group as well as dealers relocation services. So if you see these bags under my eyes, it's because I'm constantly working in my head and I can't sleep. So we didn't come here to, and then we thought one business would be fine. But as you start looking around and you seeing things that could be improved, and you want to be an asset to your community and an asset to your country, and make a point that they can understand that we are here, the expats are here. And why are we here? We're not here to take from the country, we are here to add to the country. So we want to make sure that that is well understood, and we're trying to get attention from the higher ups so that they can know that the expats is a valuable part of the community. And we need to be recognized, and we need to have it a little easier for us to come
In
and
transition.
transition.
In transition.
It needs to be a little easier, and we're going to work through those hiccups. Want to come, you don't have to go through the same headaches that we had to go through.
Yeah, brother Will. Yeah, definitely, man. The opportunities, and it's, I mean, it's really it's a real fun thing because when we first would inquire about America and even just individuals,
The rich Americans,
I inquired about
they are
America
rich.
and wanting to come to America, and I never would discourage anyone wanting to, expand, and their horizons and travel abroad. But of course, I would, put the caution on them, just to be prepared. Don't go by the hype that you see on TV. As far as the in the glamour, sure, that's there, but there's a whole other side that you're not seeing. At any rate, after getting a few, inquiries about it, I asked the question, well, what is it, man? Why you want to go? What is it about there you want to, why you want to go? And they would say opportunity. I said, okay, cool, that's cool. Sure, there's opportunity. I said, but guess what? Guess why we're here? Guess why we came to Africa, and specifically Rwanda? Because of opportunity.
Yeah.
And the opportunity, for us is one that doesn't come with strings attached. You don't have to sell your soul, man. You don't have to, the grind is not, you know, it's not the same. It's different. It's not as stressful, man. It's really, more welcoming, So it's just an interesting thing that one is looking at the other for the same reasoning. And my point for me telling them that we're here for the same thing, to let them know that, man, you got opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You got opportunity right here.
But that's the difference, though. In America, the opportunity, you grind for it and it can come fast. Here, the opportunities, you grind for it, but the investment is a little slower. So they don't see the long haul. They see what's going on right now. I'm
Yeah.
hungry right
They
now.
want to have
I
it.
can't figure out how to make this thing happen right now. And then even for us, and I'm just be honest with you, before I started Dealer's Relocation Services, I was laying in the bed like, ooh, I was a little stuck in my thoughts. In the States, I want to know how to make money quick. I'm not going to be hungry in the States. I know how to make money. I have my hands. So if I'm not cooking, if I'm not chefing, if I'm not catering, I'm making jewelry, I'll make whatever I need to do. I know how to make the money at home. Here, the money flows differently. The cost of life is a lot different, and so is the dollar. So I was here kind of like, oh, I can't figure out how to make any money outside of the restaurant. And we haven't made any money. I mean, everybody knows when you open a restaurant, you're not going to see a profit the first year, sometimes 2 to 3 years. I didn't get a penny profit yet. So we got to the point where we're hungry. So it was either create, I'm hungry. Y'all talking about my weight loss. I'm hungry. That's the truth. I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh.
But if you don't have the creativity to create a stream of income, unless you one of the mamas, you retired and you got that monthly check coming in, you'll be hungry.
But you gotta steal away. steal away. We talked about it briefly yesterday. Individuals just up and just jump ship. And it works for some, but not for everybody. If you have a flow of income and you can work it where you can maintain that and yet still, you know, relocate, then I would recommend that. Steal away, have your mindset on whatever, and direct your funds accordingly so where you can actually just kind of eventually just maybe walk off or walk away. But
If that's what you
if
want to
that's what you
do.
want to do,
Right,
you know,
some people
no.
like working.
So if you want to, that's fine too, But I guess all in all, just have to have a plan, man. Just have a plan because as my wife was saying, is that you can't really hustle like you would
No,
in the States. It's not gonna
no,
really, it's not gonna
no.
work that way.
You be hustling and you made $1.
Yeah, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be really
You made
upset.
$5.
Yeah, I mean,
You be like, wait a minute.
so it's a different.
It's different. So even here, for me, my thought is, how can I make U.S. money? I need to make U.S. money so that I can live the life that I'm used to. So, and that's real. Like most people, they wise enough to still work online, come here. They don't have to work full time. Just working part time online and getting U.S. money will sustain you here in Rwanda.
It's good.
Yeah, that'll sustain you. You'll be fine. But we got a family of 6,
Yeah,
and they sustain them nothing.
that's gonna be
No, so it's a whole different grind here, whole different mindset.
Right.
And they look at you like, yo, what we gonna do? And they're down with whatever you want to do. They ride with
They
you.
ride with
They
you.
got you. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. They your right hand man,
Yeah.
because they know you're gonna make the money and they're gonna eat. That's why when people say Africans want, but not Rwandans, Rwandans love everyone that come in here that's trying to make a difference. They welcome you.
True.
Karibu right away, because they like, okay, if they come in, maybe they're going to help you. And 3 of our teammates passports, and that's something never even thought about. What do I need a passport for? Now their minds is turning. Ours is turning. Man, can you imagine? We talk about it all the time. We could see something greater than Rwanda, see something greater than their backyard. Have a dream that they never. Coming here was a dream I never had. So I can imagine what they're dreaming about. And came in and gave them passports. Another one came in and they paid for tuition for a whole semester for another one of our teammates. Just the expats come in, they just do these wonderful things, and they know it, and they're like, hey, we need every opportunity we can get. And we tell them, I tell our team members, especially the servers, listen, go out there every day that you're out there is the opportunity for you. Go out there and shine like you're going on a stage and you're going to perform. Every time you go out there is a new performance for you because you don't know what can come out of it. Someone's going to see your talent. Someone's going to see you shine. And then when you do, your whole world will change. And we encourage it. So no, they're happy to see us here. We happy to be here. We want to see them grow. And just man, I can't, they're like looking at your own children and what you desire for them and how great you want them to go and how far you want them to climb. That's how we feel about our team members. So that we want them to be able to just do whatever their dream is. We're here to push it. So
Yeah.
someone said, have you rode the bus? And if so, how was it? I don't ride the bus in Atlanta.
She won't listen.
What did you just say to me?
She won't ride the bus, the train, the motor, nothing. And even in the
That enough, I'm
States,
riding a cab.
I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah, I ride the bus.
I wouldn't mind.
Touch the pearls.
Me personally,
I want to stay home.
she would.
Mad.
I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't mind riding the bus, but it really hadn't been a need for it. I do know there's one expat. Shout out to brother Troy,
He be riding the bus?
He has ridden. He did once. He said, I think once.
Oh,
I know
Mama Deb. She rides the
Mom and Dad
bus.
rides the bus.
Yeah,
So
she got a hip situation.
yeah.
She riding the bus.
So you have those that will ride the bus. I will say this much: it is it's good on your pockets to be able to because it's not that expensive.
Like 50 cents.
Yeah, it's like it's like the civil rights price, man. It's like it's 50 cents, 25 cents. Brother Malachi,
Hey.
salam, brother. Thank you so much, brother.
Oh, we're going to eat
Appreciate you.
tonight, baby.
We appreciate you, brother, and we appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
So, the bus situation, we never rode the bus.
Now, he rode the moto once
Yeah, I've ridden the moto.
since we've been here when we came the
when,
first time.
when we visited.
Okay.
Now, it was okay. So here's
His mama got on the moto.
my mom got on twice.
Their butt couldn't walk. She couldn't walk for like 3 days afterwards, though.
The first time for me, it was when we visited, and it was on a Sunday, so it was very minimal traffic, and so it was an easy ride. I was unaware of, the moto, and how they drive, how they roll. Having moved here, and then seeing how they roll, it's like, man, how in the world did I ever do that? Because they don't listen, they don't stop, they don't move.
Motos are like the truck drivers in the States. That's how these motorcycle drivers are.
They'll cut if you got an inch of space,
They coming.
they're gonna come on through and get to where they need to go. And it's not for me. I don't think that I don't know, but it will be easier on my pockets. I tell you that much.
But
If
listen,
I
y'all,
did,
I done seen mamas laid out, legs up in the air, motorcycle just laying on them in the ditch. And they laugh at it. They be like, oh. And I done seen motos underneath of trucks. I done seen motos just one hit image, just kick image. No, I'm not driving. I'm riding a moto or a bus or a bike because they got bike taxis out
they
here
do
too.
have bike taxis and.
I want to ride a bike though.
So no, the bus situation we have not had that experience, and I think though you really have to, everything's been lifted, but you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Oh no, but when you
you
take
ride,
public transportation, you have to show a vaccination
You have to be
card.
vaccinated too.
So that's
too.
another thing.
So that's keeping us. But anyway, those things there's in place for that.
Yeah. Do we have PayPal? No, you have.
They don't have PayPal here.
No, he said, do you have PayPal?
No, we
We
don't.
got Cash App, Zelle, and
World Remit.
World Remit, and whatever this live chat thing. That's our new money thing.
Oh yeah, live chat.
So I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah. But nope, we and then even with our Cash App and our Zelle.
Got you, brother Malachi. I'll send it to you, brother. I will.
Oh, okay. Take the path here. What's the path?
That's the transit. That's the
Philadelphia.
No, that ain't. Is that
PATH. What's the path?
not Philly?
Y'all keep putting these initials.
Philly is
confused.
SEPTA.
Oh yeah, that's SEPTA.
This is Natasha. She don't live in Philly.
Well, she lives in North Jersey. What is path? Public.
But anyway, we get it. I understand.
Public.
It's your sister.
Public
here,
ambulance.
it's your sister.
Oh, no.
So.
That's my Ryan voice. When I try to speak Ryan, I have to have a deep voice with it. So, so that's it, y'all. Any other questions? We got 32 people. Wow, 32 people think that we're important enough to even.
We appreciate it. We really do. We appreciate. It's good for us to. Thank from Jersey to Manhattan. Oh, okay. You live in North Jersey then?
Yeah, he's North Jersey.
Bergen County.
You have to be
Hackensack,
vaccinated in
Teaneck?
London. No,
No, you don't have to.
it's strongly. They just like in the States. They want to. No, it's not like the States because I'm hearing you can't even go to the hospital or doctors in the States if you're not vaccinated. You just left to die. Yeah. Even my daughter told me that. Patricia, everybody been telling me that. So here, they don't ask for nothing when you go in the hospital. But if you are trying to go in public transportation or a government building,
Or
they
Jersey
do have
City.
to see your little card.
Yeah, until
Jersey
Wednesday.
City, okay.
Until Wednesday, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah, you can't like even they have the basketball
Oh yeah, those big
finals,
things.
concerts and things of that nature there. You can't even just be vaccinated. You gotta have the
The
double
booster and
and the
all of
boost,
that.
the whole joint. So so you know, those are the
Yeah, you just know your limits.
right,
If you're not vaccinated, we're not. We
right.
don't. We're not pro-vax anything. Um, and in this case, we're pro-choice. Get vaccinated if you want to. 3 years from now, you're gonna be trying to figure out why you got three eyeballs. I
That's
don't know.
that's your thing.
We
That's your
don't know.
thing. We're not, but you know, we're not. So
Mm-mm.
those are some of the things that you know, like I would love to see the basketball game.
They will ask you for those little cards.
Mm,
Um, but outside of that, you can do what you do. Um, you do. Someone
are we
asked.
building a home?
No, we're not building because our what you call it when you have a certain thing, our thing have changed. Our
I don't know
whatever.
what you're
Our
saying.
thoughts have changed. I'm gonna say thoughts. Where we figured that for us right now, our priorities, that's the word. Good
Oh,
God.
okay. I'm like,
See, I'm from Jersey too. Our priorities have
very
changed,
welcome,
man.
brother JJJ.
We find more value right now in seeing the world, traveling, seeing if Rwanda is where we want to retire. We're not retirement age yet. So we want to go and see some other things, show our girls some other things before we put all that type of investment and property and land here. We want to make sure that this is to show you the rest of the world. So by the time you at 17 and 18, you're going to college, you have a real choice of where you want to go. Or you definitely know what you want to do because you done seen some things. That's our priority right now. We're not really focused on buying a house here. And it's easier to buy a house here than it is in the States by far. Um, or land. That's just not where our head is right now. We are really residential tourists. I'm ready to go on and see something else and come back and see something else and come back. And that's life for me. That's what I want to do. That's my dream and all I think about. That's what I'm passionate about. So even grinding is because I want to show the girls anything you want in life is yours. It's yours. And it doesn't have to be material things. It could be experiences. It could be things that you hold on to your spirit for life. Those are the things I want to teach them and show them because I wasn't taught that. So I grind and grind until I can barely stand up just to have material things, the car, the house, the bills paid, nice clothes, small trips for the weekend. That's not where my head is right now. I hope that's not where my husband's head is because we on the same
I ain't
page.
never been. I've never
We want to
been
see the
on a
world.
material kind of guy. You know, I've always been a travel dude. Somebody asked about what other African countries we've been to. Just Tanzania and Zanzibar.
Yeah, we're about to make some changes and go. We just came from another country.
Excuse me.
He's going to post a video, so I'm not going to say it. We went and traveled to another country for our anniversary a couple weeks ago, and we went back to Zanzibar in March. And we love Zanzibar.
That's our
Love it. That's
Florida.
our Florida. That's our
That's
Clearwater
our
beach
Florida.
right there.
That's our Florida.
Love it. I don't think I want to live there, but I love Zanzibar. My spirit is so at peace, and I just feel so good when I'm in that sun and seeing that beautiful water. Oh my God. And but we want to go see South Africa.
We do. We intend on, inshallah, God willing, to visit, you know, as many of the countries on the continent that we can. And so for me, it's like, you know, being here, Rhonda is our new base. It's our new base. Brother
Hey,
Wendell.
y'all about to make me do a
Thank you, Brother
dance.
Wendell. We certainly appreciate you, brother. We really do. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
However, Rhonda is our new base, and it allows for us to be able to, since we're on the continent, allows for us to be.
Let's just move it. Oh, we're back. Move it down some. Sorry, y'all. I think our phone is dying. So, ooh, scoot it. Okay, plug it right here. Give us 1 second, y'all. Okay, here we go. Don't look at our mess. Oh, Lord. It's on the other side. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, the brother said, I was going to make our first trip to Africa and Ghana, but now I plan to visit Ghana. You know what? A lot of people, we dropped half of them. A lot of people have left Ghana and come right over to Kigali. I've never been to Ghana, so I can't speak on why that is, but I'm told politics has a lot to do with it. But people, even Mama One, she's lived in Ghana for 20 something years. She's here. She's like, I'm not going back. She goes to visit and she comes right back. It's a different atmosphere. Ghana is warm, it's hot, you got beautiful oceans over there, but you also have issues with a lot of other stuff that I read on, that I researched, with the septic system and cleanliness and corruption and politics and all that kind of crazy stuff. Where here you don't have none of those issues, but you don't have we don't have a lot of sunlight all day. We might have sunlight 3-4 hours a day, and I mean it's sunlight all the way.
Yeah,
but it's only hot maybe 4 hours.
Not very
3 or 4
hot.
hours a day.
Believe it or not, you would think Africa. You think it's. But look, if you come in to visit, you're moving. You might want to. You know what? You gonna think this is crazy, but you might want to bring a pair of thermals.
Man, or a jacket. we literally got boxes. People come to the house. We gave up all our winter coats, our thick sweaters, even most of our hoodies. Come to Rwanda and we're like, the hell?
Yeah.
we need our sweaters and our hoodies back.
And I'm not talking about just the nighttime. I'm talking about during the course of the day.
Yeah.
It could be a day where it's just low temperature.
Yeah. You can wake up in the morning, but it's beautiful where we are because we're in the mountains. You wake up in the morning because it was so cold at night and now it's warm in the morning. The fog is so thick. It's like off of a movie. But it's cold.
You come.
It's cold. And bring a robe. I have somebody buy me and bring me a robe when she came down here last month.
Yeah, it's not one of those countries that gets extremely hot.
No, we're in the mountains.
Yeah. So
already know that we're in the mountains. So it's cold. It's not cold here.
I think
But at my age, 50 something is cold.
Yeah.
It is. It's a different kind of cold because they have rainy seasons, and the rainy season lasts longer than dry season. So you got rainy season with the cold. So you have to get some sunlight, so I could tan to hold me over for 90 days and go somewhere else. It's cold. Yeah, it is. Brother Malachi said, "Oh, they're gonna get an RV because the rent went up to $2,200." Man, $2,200 a year, you have a mansion with a pool that you can't get into because it's too cold. But good God.
Yeah, RV is nice.
The scene in your background is gorgeous. Yeah, she just bragging because she got the best scenery at her house. It's cold, but most days, every day, I could wear a t-shirt and be all right at some point in the day. Mr. Rogers here, he always got his sweater with him. And you can put it on and take it off.
Even in the States, I'm always prepared. Yeah. I don't like being cold.
I love being cold.
Anyway, so Brother Wendell was saying, it'd be good for your allergies.
Oh, I haven't had any allergies at all. A person in Atlanta, all it is, my nose, my eyes, even my eyesight is better because I don't have the allergies. This dude, snotty nose every morning. He has the allergies.
Because I'm cold all the time. I've had a cold for 10 years.
Poor baby.
Oh my God.
I mean, he wake up, I'm like, oh my God. Are you serious?
Struggling family. kind of wish I was in a hot zone somewhere so I can balance it out.
No, you don't.
I get from the inside and the outside, man. I can't win.
So when you come, I tell people all the time, when you come, bring extra allergy medicine, even if you don't use it, because you don't know how your body's going to react to the transition. So bring allergy medicine, bring ibuprofen. Ibuprofen in the States is different than ibuprofen here. Ours in the States is heavily activated. So as soon as you take it, within 20 minutes, you're straight. Here, the medicine is in us. Like I want to say activated because it still works, but you don't feel it burning you. It's not but it's a slow process. So if you want that is chronic to pain or anything like that, bring what you're used to down and bring it in abundance. Even for me, I brought toothpaste that I like in abundance. Because they don't have it here. It's a natural toothpaste. They have natural toothpastes. I just like to stick with what I know. So even when people come down, I'm like, can I send some toothpaste from Amazon to your house, please? I stick with what I know because that's what I like. But you can find pretty much everything Amazon and just go to that. No, you have to go to this store and that store. For me, it's international stores here, that one over there, that one over there. Trying to find that one particular item, it's a headache. Right? That's what we gotta do. We in Africa, y'all. So going to work on locking. I'm not talking to you, Brother Malachi. You've been saying that 2 years now. He coming.
I believe you, brother. I'm waiting on you, man. You and the family. I believe you. We'll see you.
He wants to come. It's the wife. I know at this point. I know it's the wife. Tell Jean. I know it's her. The release is slow. I don't know what that means. I could do that with her. Okay.
So, family, I mean, we don't want to, we don't want to burn your ears up. So,
yeah,
best we could.
You have some questions, Harry. It's the sleepy.
Well, I mean, we can,
Oh yeah, the payment is released. It's a slow process here. I had gotten some actually when we went on our trip. I got some ibuprofen from there. Different than the meds here.
You need to go to an NA.
What is things that you need stuff to your life? Oh my goodness. It's a little different. So yeah, just make sure you have all those things. And again, for those that want to come, and a lot of people just come. I've met people come to Ikawa and say, I watched your videos, we packed our bags and we just came. And I'm like,
don't do that, please.
Oh my God. And because they did that, which isn't bad, a lot of people have done it. And since we kind of did it, a lot of people have done it. I already knew we were coming before we came.
Yeah, but we didn't do that.
And
listen, if I wouldn't have stopped it, I'd have been there to jump right.
I was ready.
Don't be emotional about it. You have to really, you gotta, as best you can. You gotta think it through. You want to come and visit if you can. Yeah. Even if, you get all the information, because this one here, every day she was pulling information. Research, anything she can think of. I'm off work, come home, she's full with all kind of information based on,
For him, he's an overthinker.
Listen.
But for me, once my spirit says that's it,
I understand.
I can make it happen.
I understand that. But
and that's what Regular Relocation Services is about. For those people that want to just make it happen, let me know.
As we said yesterday, it's not just a physical transition. It's a spiritual, it's a mental. So you have to allow yourself that process to take place, to adjust and to readjust. You don't want to shock your system. You shock your, because it could be a culture, what you were expecting or anticipating, or the process is not as accelerated as you would like. So you gotta really, you gotta really,
be in it to win it.
Right, and you gotta, do your due diligence. Come experience it, get a feel, a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, or come, and then you come. That's my recommendation. It don't even have to be just Rwanda. That's anywhere. That's anywhere. That's if you're going from Pennsylvania to Atlanta or wherever, from
That's
the East Coast to the West Coast.
yeah.
It's going to be a different vibe and a different energy. Things are not going to be exactly the same. So,
But when I tell you the people that have moved here, probably 90% of them that came off of watching our
yeah,
videos, they come off of the videos. They didn't come visiting. Two left. Two families have left. But about eight, or so that might be nine families, maybe Natasha's number 10, that came off of our videos. Two of them have returned back home. One said they're coming back. The other one says, I hate Africa. I ain't going back. So you have to do your due diligence. You have to, truthfully, the due diligence is learning yourself.
right. You got to know what works for you.
Right. Because
You got to.
everything,
You have to.
and I'm just going to be honest with you. If I get in the shower right now, my hot water might not be hot. And it makes me so angry. And I'll be like,
They don't know how to do it. That's why.
I can't take it. Why isn't my hot water
They
hot?
don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it.
Yeah, he gets it because he get in before the sun come out.
I'm up 3 a.m. I'm ready to get it.
So these are certain things that might happen. We didn't have this issue at the other house we were at. This house here, hot water just might not be, most likely it's not going to be hot. I already make my mind prepared that it's not as hot. I'm like, oh my, is this hot water? That's how I live my life right now. But we have, that's just one con over many of the pros. But you have to know yourself, how much can you take? What do you value most out of life? And then ask, is that going to be an issue there? And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to let you know that might be an issue. You just might not be able to have that here. Like if someone really told me I couldn't have it. This guy said, you guys are looking a lot younger. Have you switched up on your diet? Yeah. We moved around. That's the whole diet change. I'm a cheese eater, a cheesehead in the States, and I will eat chicken every day and cheese every day.
It's not a lot of poison in the foods here. You don't have
Poison and no cheese.
You don't have hormones in the food
No.
that's here. You know, so but I'll say this: the food is different for sure, but at the same time, it's not even really so much the food. You know, the fact that we don't carry a certain level of stress that you may carry in the States because of just the society that's there. You know, the concerns that that we have, the guard. That, well, a lot of that helps, man. It really does help. You know, the fact that you don't have no stress.
And Rwanda forces you to be more physically active.
Yeah, they walk. Listen,
yeah, you gotta get you're gonna lose some weight.
You're going to. I mean, one way or another, whether because it's so many hills, or they walk. Man.
You look out your door on Saturday morning, Sunday mornings, walk. No, they jogging.
They jogging. They
from
walking.
The mamas to the babies, mamas with babies on the back. With
grace, poise. You know, they're not slumped over. They're not like puffing and puffing. They rock, they rolling, you know.
My God, how they do that?
I'm like amazed every single time. My head is always snapping, looking like, wow, how are they doing this, man?
This is a physical country.
Yeah.
They in shape, they work out. It's mind blowing. We won't talk about the other part, but they work it out.
They don't do a lot of snacking, man. They don't snack.
But they don't know what that is.
Right. They don't. You're not going. They're not going to see them bust open a bag of chips. Well,
Yeah. But we gave Giselle her first taste of cereal. Potato chips. She likes cereal.
Leave it to the Americans to come and just mess up.
Yeah, we corrupt them. I got some ice cream from KFC.
Oh boy.
And they were like, "Oh, this is sweet." And I went to get it for them again, and they said, "No, get the team ice cream party." They said, "No." 3 of them. No.
Yeah, they don't. So they don't. They don't do a lot of snacking, so you won't. So you don't have a lot of those things readily available.
A lot of good questions now. Okay, Brother Wendell, I really like your concept of training the Rwandans to universal standards of business interaction on a prompt professional level. I'm all in on that. Yeah. We got to get them caught up to the modern day times.
Yeah, just efficient, making things more efficient.
Yeah, you can't be a competitive market with 1980 everything. What is your advice to us who have big family? There's 2 adults and 5 kids planning on moving to Africa. There's 6 of us here. 2 mamas, 2 children, and us.
Yeah.
It's no big difference. Let me know when you're ready. I'll send you our package. I'll find you a house. Our house has 6 bedrooms right here. And that's just common because families are big out here. So that's not a big deal. We could find you a house. Uh, if they're interested in going to schools, information to you as well.
I think in that regard, the major concern might be the children
Yeah,
and
it's
how
always the
they
children. How will
will
they
be
adapt?
adapt and be
Yeah.
able to adjust. Because I would just say, if when you come, if you're coming to stay here, make sure get your Fire Stick,
Yeah. Fire stick,
have your
VPN.
television, make sure so
Yeah.
they can have that, still have that
Yeah. Make sure they have those things they used
things
to have at home
exactly
that they used to occupy them.
right.
Make sure they have it.
Yeah, make sure they have that.
Yeah. There's certain things that I'm glad I knew before I came, and Fire Stick was one. We ordered a bunch of them, bunch of Fire Sticks before we came. Learning how to download, streaming other streaming apps. So
VPN, get your
you have to get a
VPN.
VPN
Have to.
to see the streaming
Because
apps.
some of these streaming apps, they'll pop up.
Yeah.
This service is not available
Yeah.
in this region.
Yep.
So
you trying to watch your Housewives and you just pissed like what? What you mean? But even with us, we have, and then you can with the streaming apps, you can buy your episodes. So a lot of times, before we got one channel, I was buying episodes. I don't know it, but I was buying episodes of Law and Order, Grey's Anatomy. It's $2. I've just got to do it. And it hits your Prime account. Do not close your Prime, your Amazon Prime account. You move here, keep that open because you have access to all the things you had in the States, you still have it here. And then when someone comes, you can get your Amazon, send it to their house, have them bring it. That's how I live.
So that's a good segue into one of the questions that I saw about the mail options there. So we haven't utilized it yet. However, from what I've been told, the best way is to get it's like a PO box type of thing. PO box, and what happens is, when you have something mailed, because they don't have a mailing, they don't have
I
a
don't
mailing
have a
system.
mail.
You're not going to see a mail lady or mailman or anything like that, So you have something sent, it's a central location. It'll be sent, and you'll get a notification. A lot of times, if you have a local landline, then they'll give you that notification you have mail to receive and pick up, and it's pretty inexpensive. But then from an international, on an international level,
There's a lot of ones out there. My
Yeah.
mailbox, something. But
not even
it's
that.
expensive though. It's not
No,
inexpensive.
but not just that. There's another. We'll follow up and we'll give you
It's a couple of them.
the actual facts on it. And
But for me, I avoid all of that because even though it is out there, well, if you ship it through having that central little mailbox thing, you can get your mail within like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. That's the
about two,
shortest time ever.
about 2 weeks. It's not really. And I'm gonna tell you, this is something to know, and this is something I recently learned. Because the street systems that they have is pretty cool, but it's new. It's a whole new concept. So, and issues like, you got drivers, they don't know where they're going, but it's new. It's like new. That whole. So, we live. This is gonna be crazy, right? We have a house that we live in with no address. We have no
Yeah, there's
address.
no address.
So we
You just
order
say
for
it's food.
delivery of, food delivery or grocery delivery or something like that. We just gotta give them the nearest landmark.
Mhm.
And interestingly enough, that is as
That's
most
common.
is common.
Yeah.
That's when you direct them. They want to know, okay, where is it near? Oh, okay. Boom, and they'll find it. They'll get there. And so, that's a whole new concept.
Cyber Queen has, I am married, but my husband won't move. Can I buy land there without him? Yeah.
I'm at
Land
that one.
restrictions depending on what you want to do with it. But yeah, you can buy land. You can even buy land with a proxy. So some people, I know people that bought land, but they never even been here. They have people buy land here for them, and then when they come, they just do a title change and put it into their name. So there's many options. There's different ways you can do that. Uh, but land and house you can buy in just your name. That's the states that do the joint stuff. Unless you're here and you buy stuff together, as I do know one person who had bought land with her husband and now they're divorced, and they had to go through a system to get the land sold and split. But if that's up to you how you do it. Is it like Australia with the poisonous insects? Do you see a lot of snakes and spiders? No,
Ooh, Lord, no.
it's too cold for
I don't do
snakes and
snakes.
spiders. Yeah, he don't do
I
snakes.
don't do snakes at all.
Yeah, if you watch our videos, the only thing I complain about is the mosquitoes, and they only get me. They don't get nobody else in this house. They'll be like, "Oh, one bit me," and I'm like, "Where?" And then next day you look at me, I'm all lumped up.
Lumpy. It's a nickname, Lumpy.
Hmm.
But because you would expect Africa, a lot of exotic animals and things of that nature there. And in some parts of Africa, there are that,
Yeah, not here.
but not Rwanda. You don't really have those type of things. You're not gonna see no lions.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see no giraffes.
Even in the
or
safari, they have to import the animals
Right.
in from other countries.
no elephants or nothing like
Yeah.
that. You're not gonna see any of those type of animals here in Rwanda.
They have the most beautiful birds. They're very small, little finches, beautiful, and they have the biggest voices. They sound like
Monkeys.
monkeys, and they're not. It's
You'll
the
see
birds.
monkeys though.
You see birds, hoo, 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 hoo. You're like, what? That's a monkey calling. But where we are, you can drive up maybe 10 minutes up the road, and I can see the monkeys. Hmm. Yeah, I can see the monkeys. But outside of that, nothing.
Yeah, you're not gonna really
Dogs,
see.
dogs, I'm surprised it's quiet. Dogs normally be barking outside. There's nothing. We have no lions, tigers, or bears, nothing.
Yeah.
And somebody lied to us, y'all. Because I was bracing myself like, man, it's gonna be cheetahs in the backyard. Coming, I'm thinking if we had a dog with something, an animal come and eat it in the yard, all kinds of stuff I was wondering.
None of that.
Uh-uh.
None of that there. None of that here.
Mm-mm. Not here. Now, other countries in Africa,
You might go to,
definitely.
you go to Kenya.
Kenya, I don't know.
I mean,
Oh, the more of the, I don't know.
you're gonna get some. You'll get uh, or more south like Botswana. You're gonna get a lot of elephants there.
Or even the West African.
In West
Ghana,
Africa
you
for
probably
sure.
get some.
Yeah.
They see a lot of snakes in Ghana. They have snake season.
Oh, you talking? I'm not talking about snakes. I don't think about no
I'm
snakes.
just saying about any kind of animal. There's no animals here.
Yeah.
We have birds and more birds. And butterflies. That's it. I appreciate you guys so much giving the truth. I was supposed to visit this year until I lost 85% of my investment on market.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Man.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And then the cost of flights have gone up coming from the States to go anywhere.
Mm.
So that's going to be a challenge for a lot of people too. But people keep in mind, and we the budget people, so I'm going to tell you, Air Affordable, Affirm, what's the one we used one time? Not Affirm, it was,
I thought it was there. Affordable.
no, Air Affordable is payments you make before you go out. That's the
Oh, what's it Affirm?
Affirm. No, we use Impact. It starts with an I. I can't think of it. You could make payments.
Right.
Even the one that I like, the one that I'm talking about, not Affirm, the one that starts with an I. I'm too tired to remember. But this one, you can make payments for a whole year, even after you return from your trip. But it goes by your credit score too. Affirm does as well. Affirm credit score is even a little strenuous compared to what this one is that I'm trying to think of. Air Affordable was a Black-owned company, I think, that started it. And you can make payments, but you have to have it paid off 45 days before, to get your plane tickets and make payments on our tickets back home. So we know it works. You can do it, and it made it just a lot easier than trying to come up with that big payment all at one time.
Especially if you have a large
Yeah, you
family.
got a large family,
Yeah.
you can do a couple of them, do one on your wife, do one on your husband, put children on there, because you only get like 3 lines, I think, of credit of flight tickets,
Mhm.
but it makes it just a lot easier. Well, if you're doing a one-way plane ticket, you okay. It's just a round trip. But see, when you're here on a continent and you want to fly anywhere else, tickets aren't
Ooh,
that bad.
man, it's
Mm-mm.
man, it's beautiful,
Yeah,
man. I'm
it's
telling
mind blowing.
you,
You
it's a
can
beautiful
go.
thing.
We right here. We research. We can go to Dubai for less than $400 round trip. We go to Paris under 450 round trip. Italy under 450 round trip.
It's
South
crazy.
Africa under 400 um, round trip. So you definitely can go. We The only part that was expensive is going into Asia. For some reason, their tickets are crazy from coming from here to there. But anywhere else, the Middle East, Dubai, even to go to Ghana, 5 something. And you cool it from the U.S. to Ghana, 3 times the amount.
Yeah, it's
So
gotta be
it's a
like
lot better.
ridiculous
Yeah,
pricing, man.
yeah.
It's
Once we
crazy.
realized that, we like, man, this will be our base. But now we can have the opportunity to see the world for real because it doesn't cost as much. That's more of a better investment for us. It's a lifetime investment to
Mhm.
put into the children and our moms. My mom turning 70 this year. His mom's already in her 70s. So letting them to see things that they never even imagined that they would ever see. You don't know how much joy that brings us. When the
I'm
mamas are
happy, man.
happy, sometimes they cry. They just like, I never even knew to dream this. And for us to be able to be a part of that,
It's a
man,
beautiful
that's so
thing.
much more fulfilling for us.
So,
And people ask why? Look at our moms.
right.
Can you imagine making your mom happy in her last days just by giving her the world? That's what we're trying to do.
We try to do all that we can with
Mm-hmm.
the help of Allah to be able to get them to see these things, man. And
Yeah,
you know,
and that's what makes us happy.
sure.
Mamas and the girls seeing things that they never could imagine. Been some places, had some positive experiences.
Mhm.
You had to sit and watch people getting shot, people dying from drugs, overdosing, alcoholism, getting abused. You don't have to see none of those things. You're out here with us trying to see the world. So that's our direction right now. That's our only thought, our only goal. So a lot of investment in land and housing, that's just not on our minds. There's a lot of us here doing it. Everyone that's here, they're doing it.
And I mean, because listen, Rhonda is going to be. This is just my own prediction. You know, if I can play Nostradamus for a minute, Rhonda's going to be the Dubai of Africa. I'm telling you, man, because the vision, man, their government has good vision, and they're doing some things, man. And I think that it's going to be what Atlanta was.
Yeah, this is the new Atlanta
This is
right
the new
here.
Atlanta, man, where people are out there focusing on Rhonda because it was progressive, specifically for us. A lot of black people went to Atlanta because it was like, hey, I gotta admit, I'm coming from Pennsylvania, pretty lily white, for the most part, except a few places, but going to a place where everywhere you look, it was us, you know, and not just, but I'm talking about living good,
Yeah, it's been good.
driving a nice whip, and everything. So Rhonda is like, you're seeing these, beautiful structured buildings and houses, and you see, that they're constantly building.
Yeah,
They're constantly building, they're constantly renovating, and making things, from what I'm seeing that give it 5 years or maybe
or
less.
less.
Well, you're
Two
gonna,
years probably.
yeah, Rhonda's gonna be so. But with that said, you know how I go. Values increases.
Mm,
Things begin to, You
Yeah.
know, like Atlanta, it ain't like not like it was when it was in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you trying to get a spot for, in the area where you East Atlanta, somewhere in Decatur, where you could probably be okay. Now it's like, oh wait, it's a little too
Yeah,
much.
right. It's serious
It's
in Atlanta right
serious.
now.
So if probably you have to take that maybe into consideration too. Just my thoughts. I could be totally wrong, but
Cyber Queen said, "Do you think the tickets from the U.S. to Africa are expensive because U.S. doesn't want us to go there?"
I
No,
would,
it's expensive from U.S. to anywhere.
but I wouldn't
U.S. is
doubt
so
it,
full
man.
of greed. They got tax, international tax, airplane tax, handling fees, all kinds of crap.
Right,
And then you
right.
add the mileage to it and the fuel. So, and then also, they don't want you to go to Africa.
Well, that's what
And
she's saying.
yeah, like she said, so you can go on the U.S. travel board and pick an African country, and you will automatically highlight it, red alert, level 3, level 4, because there's crime there. And I'm like, but there's no level alert on the U.S. And you get a drive by in the U.S. quicker than you get shot anywhere else in the
Damn,
world.
dang.
But there's no alerts on the U.S. So yeah, I don't go by none of that stuff. I do my own research. Definitely don't believe nothing. They have a travel advisory board about going to Tanzania, a peaceful country. I read it the other
Listen,
day because I was researching it for the mamas.
that's the most
It's
laid back place. Like literally, if they see you like running and they say, hey, pole
holy,
pole, pole
holy,
pole,
holy,
yeah,
holy.
yeah,
Every day is a kuna
Hakuna
matata.
Matata. I mean, literally, that's what they live by. Clearly, it's
For
like,
real.
and you talk about the whole COVID thing. They're like, nah, man, get out of here with that. But there's
They
good
don't believe in
reasoning
that
because if you
COVID.
go, especially in Zanzibar, you go to that spice farm and go on that tour, and they break down all of the herbs and spices that they have and what they've been used for, and how effective they are on just many different things. Man, I don't think there's no way COVID could survive there.
But not only that, when COVID first started happening, they kept saying you need a lot of vitamin D, you need a lot of sun, you need to get some vitamin C. Tanzania, you just walk in vitamin C
Man,
because it's super hot.
it's
The sun is
smoking.
out. The
It's
sun is out. You can't feel bad in the sun.
no, you
You
can't.
cannot. So no, their COVID
And the
cases
water is
was
beautiful.
very
Oh
low.
my
The
gosh.
water, man. And
Jeez.
most of the foods they're eating is fresh from the water, from the garden, I mean from the farm. So COVID had no fight in
They
Tanzania.
said, we out.
No funding if you didn't register your COVID cases. Tanzania probably had 0 to 1 COVID case.
Mhm.
So, do you hear in Tanzania?
Dude.
I let me stop. I love Zanzibar. I didn't like Dar es Salaam. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the city atmosphere.
No.
I don't like it. My mom and the mamas, they're going to Arusha in a couple of days. I'm gonna look at the feedback from her, what she thought about
Now,
that.
which is more country, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's
It's
more
more
into the,
country.
the
Yeah,
wilderness of
that's a distance
Tanzania.
from Dar es Salaam.
Hmm.
And Dar es Salaam is like, listen, if you take the ferry from Zanzibar, which is real, just like really
Yeah,
resort type of feeling and vibe, everything is just and then you take the ferry from there and you hit the dock and you come off the dock.
you
It's
almost
like you
you
hit,
appalled.
it's like you went from Utah to New York City.
You like what the hustle man is up on
I mean,
you?
they
Everybody bumping all up
oh,
on you. They rude. You
it's
be
like
ready to fight.
whoa.
Oh
It's like I
man.
wasn't ready. I
Mm-mm.
wasn't ready.
I never liked Dar es Salaam.
But you get past all of that. It's cool.
And
It's cool. It's not.
it's cool if you like the city. I'm not a city girl. Now I'm a fighter. So I feel like you're aggressing me when you walk by and you do this. I'm
Yes.
like, what? And that's just how Africans or East Africans are. They will bump you and keep moving. You bumping me, and I'm like, oh, we got an issue.
Mm.
I'm still learning. I'm not there all the way yet. But I don't like Tanzania. I don't like Dar es Salaam. I love Zanzibar.
But I think there's I'm not really too politically inclined here yet as far as trying to catch up with the politicals they met and been
Hmm.
meeting regularly. Um,
They're trying to do some good things
yeah,
in East Africa.
I mean because ultimately prior to this whole COVID thing, they were working on a whole railway system that will connect um,
For trade and
for trade
commerce.
and commerce and just make it. And then they also are working on trying to eliminate the whole visa in East Africa now. Understand when I say East Africa. So when most people think East Africa, they're thinking everything on the east side of Africa, but no,
Yeah.
East
Only countries
Africa
in this network.
is on a certain network: Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya, uh,
Burundi,
Burundi,
Congo, Uganda.
Uganda. I don't think Congo, not yet.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
DRC is still
but I
Congo.
think Ethiopia, no, South Sudan,
Mm.
Sudan is a part of that as well. So so you have of those countries where you can travel, where you don't have to. I think right now, those who've signed that particular treaty, if you will, that is effective is like Rwanda, Burundi, and it's I think Uganda. I think not 100%. Tanzania is on board, but it's not quite fully yet. So it's one of those things where
Or it's being worked on.
it's being worked on. It's
Where
being
they going
worked
with
on,
it.
and I'm not sure about kids. So anyway, they're working. They're working on trying to create that particular network where uh, it's an easier travel and also with trade and commerce and so forth and so on, with eliminating the whole visa.
Unity has come together from the Indian Ocean, African Ocean to Atlantic Ocean. Paul Kagame is a visionary.
He is. He truly is.
Yes, and he's
He
been
is.
traveling around the world. We're watching him. He's not just doing East Africa. He was it Barbados not too long
He was in
ago.
Barbados. He was in,
And
I think, Zambia,
hmm
which is more, I think, south, right? Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
but he was
It's
in
near us.
I think he was in Zambia somewhere, but yeah, he's doing
And he was
some.
in
He was
Tanzania.
in
He
Tanzania.
was in the
Well, that's East Africa.
So he's doing something. He don't just especially when they're announcing it. He's putting connections together. I know he's really going to get involved in the importing. A lot of reasons that Rwanda is not as advanced as it could be and should be is because we're not getting the import that most countries get in. We're getting some, and because it's not a lot, it's high, it's expensive. So once he opens that up so that we're getting the imports from other countries, pricing will go down, the quality of life will go up. The Tanzania stopped testing for COVID a few months after starting. No, that ain't true. Because you go over there right now, you have to get a COVID test to go in. You got to put in a passenger locator form over there as well. And then in order to leave, you got to take a COVID test. When we went the first time, did we do COVID test? But at that time, in the other presidency, you didn't have to.
Right.
They weren't worried about you.
Now
you do.
You have to take the test. You don't have to
Yeah.
get vaccinated,
No.
but you have to definitely. They don't really push the vaccination or nothing like that in Tanzania, but you definitely have to do the test.
So wish you say Rwanda is better than South Africa. We haven't been to
We
South
haven't
Africa.
been there. We haven't. You might have to
The
hit
nomads
up
is
the
there.
nomads.
Yeah, they in South Africa.
Yeah.
No, not right now, but they were.
They were. So you hit them up.
But no, Budamai is in South Africa right now. Hit him up.
You hit Wuda.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we have South Africa on the list.
T Shield says, you really believe Rwanda is the Dubai of Africa? And we said Atlanta.
No,
He said Rwanda is going to be.
No, I said that in the near future, the way that it is growing and progressing, that it will be the Dubai of Africa. That's just and again, that's just me. That's just my personal, thing. But as I'm watching and I'm seeing things happening and the plans that are in place, I believe that. I really believe that. I mean, they got a whole green city jumping off soon. They're working on that. They're working on a man-made style type beach in this whole nine. And among other things, they have a major golf coursing, which will bring in, some tournaments and things of that nature. They already got
that people are looking for, and that the country needs for growth and development. They want it.
They want it.
And that's opportunity. If it's not here, you have the opportunity to bring it here.
So that's so what I was saying, I'm not even really reflecting on the structures of buildings and stuff that's in Dubai. I'm talking about the attraction and accommodating the different, things that people will be able to connect with, such as Dubai. have a more of a leaning of a West, to attract the Western world or the Westernized thinking and the Western way of people. And it was very smart and strategic in what they did and they're doing. But they've been able to still maintain who they are and their identity. And so I think that Rhonda will pretty much be, that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me.
But Rendell said the DRC has joined the East African community. They are still working on full implementation.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarity, brother. Thank you for. I know I can always brother Wendell. He steps ahead. He does his due diligence on the on what's going on in Africa. So thank you, brother.
Yeah. Zambia. The AU African Union lists the 6 regions of Africa as a diaspora living outside Africa. The AU has been working on an African Union passport that will allow travel to all member states.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've been working on that, and particularly they're just the East African community is trying to do that here. And one of the things that would be beneficial, we noticed when we leave here, we went to Tanzania, and we're like, hey, we got we residents now. Why we gotta pay a visa? And they're like, oh, we're not in that treaty. We can get visa free if we go to Uganda, if we go to Kenya, and one other place.
I'm not one of them. No.
There was one other place,
Well,
and that was sad. But as soon as we came back, Mr. Kagame went to Tanzania and Gambia, and they ironed those issues out. So hopefully, within the next few months, we'll hear more about everybody's in the treaty now, and that it'll be visa free for all those that.
in Tanzania, the way they have it is, if you go, like say you go to Tanzania for the first time. So the first time you go, and you have and you have a residency, say here in Rwanda. So within that year, the first time that you go, you have to, of course, you pay your visa, right? But if say, a month, 2, 3, 4, 6 months later, you go back because you've been there within that year's time to have gone there at least one time within that year, come out the pocket for the visa. And if you come back again within that month, within that year's time, then you won't have to concern yourself with paying a visa if you have a residency somewhere in among those countries within East Africa.
Yeah, but yeah, you
Yeah,
hopefully
see,
that's because I'm dripping, sleepy. But hopefully, once that treaty is done, because think about it, when you're in Rwanda, people asking about the bus, you could take a bus to Tanzania for under $20 to go to another country. You could take a bus to the Congo for, I think they said $18, to DRC for less. So you can go to different countries on a bus for less than $20. Who don't want to see the world? And I definitely want to go. I'll take the bus for that because that's going to be areas that we don't
that don't even
typically
make sense
ever
to
get
me.
to see. That's not the regular stop and go bus.
Yes, it is. That
When
don't
you
make
got
sense to
dealing with a
me.
bunch of armpits and smells and coughing and no, this is the bigger buses that's going to the country. They have a bathroom on there, I'm assuming. And you know what? The buses don't look bad here.
No, they have nice transit.
Yeah, they got nice transits. They look like brand new buses. It's not ran down.
No, they have
I'm
a
just
nice
slightly
transit.
bougie. I know that about myself, so I'm okay with that. Seychelles suffers more developed Western like any other African country. That's because of the large European population. Yeah, we know that, and we plan to go to South Africa just because we want to have Chick-fil-A and Starbucks.
Don't put me in that. Don't even put me in
Just
that.
to go to a regular store that we're used to.
That's
If
her.
we get too homesick and we want to see something kind of Americanized or Europeanish, we'll go to South Africa. We go to one of the countries in Europe. We can go to Dubai. There's different places we can go. We just have to have that type of atmosphere at that moment.
That's no motivation for
That's
me
not-
though.
Well, it is for me.
That ain't no motivation for me.
Ask the
I don't
girls.
even-
They want to go to
that's-
South
that-
Africa
yeah.
because they want to go to Starbucks. And
That don't make
Chick-fil-A.
no daggone sense, man.
Hey, I understand. I understand.
Oh my God.
The good news is this is how it is in EU. You can visit different countries easily on a train. Yep, that's true. And that's they can do the train and the bus. Well, we don't have train yet.
But
That's what they're working on,
working
getting
on
the
that.
train system to go from Tanzania. Well, Tanzania is down here to go through East Africa.
Mhm.
And once that happens, life will change for a lot for the better for everything. So yeah, that's what we're working on. That's why I asked if you took the bus like a field trip because they look nice. Oh yeah, we did take a bus to go to Karunji.
But it's not a public transit. It wasn't a public.
No, it was a little tour bus.
It was a tour bus,
Or just like a.
or
It was
you
nice
know,
though.
it was nice. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
It was nice. It wasn't those big coach, buses, nothing like that. But it was nonetheless, it was nice. It was really
Mm-hmm.
nice. So that's no different because it wasn't like a public
Mm-hmm.
transit or anything like that.
Yeah. That was okay. See, I'm not that bad. I hopped on that bus. Tell my butt to leak you. But yeah, y'all, I have no more energy. What is that? It's 11:35? 23:35?
Yeah, we late. We in the mid. We about to hit the.
Grandpa be going to bed at 9.
Listen, I'm past my bedtime.
He
I really am. I'm
ain't
way
even gonna
past my
fake it for you.
bedtime.
Past my bedtime.
I don't play, man. I get tired. I don't care. You can talk about me. I don't care. I don't care what you say. You can throw popcorn at me while I'm sleeping. I don't
I be
care.
so mad, like, you just gonna go to bed, huh?
I'm out.
And he be proud. Look, I'm asleep. I ask a question, babe, I was asleep. Why?
Listen, we have all night, all day.
No.
She's gonna wait. Look, she's gonna wait till I go to sleep to ask me some questions. Come
I don't
on.
understand why you sleeping right now. Right
Anyway,
now,
that's a whole other thing. Anyway, family, it's always, it's a joy. This is what keeps I'm up because it's a joy to be able to have, to connect with you. And again, and we learning with it. So this is just our experience. This is what we've been experiencing. You know, we hope that we get to see your faces. We really do. Um,
come to Ikawa.
you
Let
come
us
to
see your
our
face.
cafe.
Let us serve you.
We love to serve you. We love to welcome you. My brother Will, he came and we missed each other, brother. Man, I hate that I missed you, man. But I appreciate you coming through, Kawa. I mean, you came a couple times. We missed each other each time, man. Man, sorry that I missed you, but I know you'll be back, brother, because I know you got big business you're gonna handle. But other individuals, but anyway, if you come, we love to see.
And don't worry, we have the Airbnb in the works. I know I read some of uh, I'm tired. Some of the thingies. And we have the Airbnb in the works.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff in the works, so just bear with us, y'all. But please like, share, subscribe. Again, if you're interested in moving to Rwanda or doing investment in Rwanda, hit me up on the dealers relocation services. And we just wanted to make our word bond and come back today. I didn't think we had anything to talk about, but 2 hours and 48 minutes says otherwise.
Seconds.
Oh,
You sleepy.
I have my glasses on.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Oh, and all those Insta chats. Is that what it's called?
Thank you, Sister Mercedes, Wendell, Brother Malachi. Thank you very much for your contribution.
We greatly appreciate
it. We really do. And man, please, keep us in your prayers. We definitely will hold you up in our prayers. We keep sending positive energy, love, and light your way. Please, again, do the same for us. So I got some content that I'm going to share with some experience that we've had. God willing, by this week. And yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
So
well, thank you. I kind of like this live chat thing better, but
I enjoy live. I really do. So thank you, family. May God's peace be with each and every one of you and your family. That you're safe in your endeavors and all that you're doing. And until next time, Good night. Well, good night for us. Good day to you.
Good night.
Good night, family. Peace and blessings.